Taylor's in Fort Worth, Texas. Hey, Taylor, what's up?
How are you doing, sir? I'm doing well.
Good. How can we help?
Yes, sir. So my wife and I have about $170,000 in student loan debt, and we are considering moving about 5 hours away for another job to try to get more intense of getting out of this debt. And I just wanted to know your opinion on if it would be a wise decision or not.
So what are these jobs? What are you moving from and to?
I would be moving from where I am now to doing the same job. I'm a nurse anesthetist, and I'll be doing the exact same job, just at a different location.
So what were you making and what will you be making?
It's about, I was making 150, and just the base raise would be about 190, with the potential to go up to about 290, depending on how much overtime I'd like to work.
Wow. There's a lot of upside here. And as far as moving, you're married?
Yes.
Okay. And how does your wife feel about this, the move?
So we have a 4-month-old. She's currently staying home with her right now, and she's just willing to do whatever for us to just tackle this debt and get out of debt even sooner, so that we can, eventually get into a house and start saving for retirement and all the sequential steps of the baby steps.
You're asking the question of whether you should move. Why would you not do this?
Well, the pros definitely are the pay raise, and the DFW area is a good place to be. And the other pro is that we do have some family over there that would help. The con would obviously just be packing everything up and moving. I'm also in the reserves, and I also have drill here once a month. So that would just be another little roadblock. And those are kind of the things that are holding me up.
Wait a minute, you're moving to DFW? I thought you were in Fort Worth.
Yes, sir. I'm in Fort Worth. We would be moving 5 hours away in another city in Texas.
Where?
Lubbock.
Okay. All right. So Lubbock pays $100,000 a year more than you're making now in DFW for nurse anesthetist.
If I did some overtime, I could potentially exceed greater than 100. But
why does Lubbock pay $100,000 more than DFW? That's not logical.
They are short-staffed, and
they're
DFW
desperate for help.
Yes, sir. And DFW is very attractive for families and people wanting to move here. So the supply for people wanting to be here is a lot greater than the demand.
Logical. Okay.
So the downside is just packing up and moving. No one likes doing that. But there's not a lot of downside, it sounds like. You said you have family in Lubbock, or are you saying you have family in Fort Worth?
So I have one family member here in Fort Worth, and my wife's majority of her family are in Lubbock.
Okay. Well, it sounds like I'm doing this move.
And here's the thing. No one said you had to stay 20 years. Go over there for 5 years, get the mess cleaned up, lay yourself a big nest egg, and then decide what you want to do. You may the supply-demand curve may shift again, and you may be able to move into a larger town if you want to move back to a DFW-type situation out of Lubbock, if you want a different lifestyle than small town, because Lubbock's obviously a small-town lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
And so, it's how you want to live. I don't care how you want to live. I got a buddy of mine from Lubbock, and it's so flat there, he says you can watch your dog run away for 3 days. And so, but and it's a wonderful town. I've been there a bunch of times. But so you just decide what you want to do, how you guys want to live. But I don't think there's anything wrong with, at your age and your stage of career, and the first 5 years of your child's life being near the kid's grandparents and her mom and dad and whatever and that kind of stuff. That's all positives. I think it takes the pressure off of the decision if you say it might not be permanent. It might be a 5-year thing. And then if you choose to stay, that's okay. But if you get over there miserable, you can always move. Because the beautiful thing about the career field that you chose is it has a wonderful ROI.
Yeah.
Unlike we were talking about in the first segment. I mean, nurse anesthetist is ding. Do you hear the money he can make? And I'm a little surprised he's not making better than that at DFW. But that's because it's just a great income producer, man. That one, whoo,
Yeah.
they make more than a lot of docs. So good choice. But yeah, I don't, and here's the other thing. You could look for yet another option.
What's that one?
Is there something in DFW that pays more?
Do some
Maybe
research.
it's just the hospital group you're with. Or is there something if you went to, let's go between Lubbock and in size and DFW? How about San Antonio? And move down, in between. I mean, Dallas is a major, top 20 city. San Antonio's not.
Yeah.
And so you can move, maybe there's a middle ground. I don't know. But the good news is family's near. I'm doing it for a while, I think.
Yeah, it's a reversible decision. And, he's got a great income, and it's $170K in debt. Either way, you're going to pay it off in 2 years or 2.5 years. And so to me, is it worth the move for that? Now, with the upside of overtime and really stacking up some money and getting yourself in a great financial position, I'm doing that if it means driving 5 hours and packing up my stuff and the baby.
Yeah, packing up your stuff's not a thing, man. You ain't got that much stuff.